Well, hello there, and thanks for watching Balls Deep Lotto Ticket. Tonight's Balls Deep is brought to you by Bud Light Lime. You see, with Bud Light Lime, you get less calories, more watery beer, so it's basically like drinking water, but you get your lime, so you get all the fruit you need for the whole day and water in one single 120-calorie beer. Today's Balls Deep Lotto Ticket is about fantasy football. Now, I know everyone's very excited about this. I just had a couple drafts last weekend. And I formulated 5 basic rules. These are the 5 stone lead pipe rules that you must adhere to have a successful fantasy draft. Number 1, ignore training camp. Ignore preseason. The only thing that matters in those are injuries, like major injuries. Ignore holdouts. Ignore if some young third-string kid's having a good preseason. It doesn't matter. Those starters are going to play at the skill positions unless they get hurt. Don't care what happens in preseason games. Don't even watch preseason. It's a fucking waste of your time. You really shouldn't watch it. Rule number 2, don't ever fall in love. This is a rule for real life because she gonna break your heart. Just kidding. I'm not that cynical. Rule number 2 is don't ever fall in love with a player. If you love Arian Foster and you're not willing to deal him, you have a disadvantage because you should be willing to deal anyone that can get your team better. Speaking of the Houston Texans, Andre Johnson is on the way down. That overrated team. I don't know if they're so good. Deal anyone at any time. Rule number 3, do not draft old fuckers. Do not draft Peyton Manning. Do not draft him high. Peyton Manning is now Joe Flacco. He's had 5 straight years that are getting a little bit worse and worse. He's missed a season. He's had 4 neck surgeries in 3 years, and he's 36. Is there anything there that gives you faith? Is there anything there that gives you confidence? Hey, the Broncos might be good, but Peyton Manning does not have a great outdoor track record, and he's 36 and he's missed a year. I mean, there's 1,000 red flags. Do not draft old fuckers. Just don't do it. Don't do it. And by old, I mean basically if a running back is over 30, if a wide receiver is over 31, 32, and if a quarterback's over 33, don't do it. Rule number 4, track records matter, but age and injury history matter more. Track record matter. If you've got a guy like, last year Adrian Peterson probably went number 1 in every draft because he's had 3-4 years where he's getting 1,500 yards. That matters. And unless a guy is over the hill or 30, basically in football, or even 29, that track record you can reasonably assume is going to repeat itself. So if Adrian Peterson has 16 games, the first 5 he has 500 yards, he's probably going to bust out in the next 11. I'm sorry, the first 5 say he has 300 yards. He's going to bust out in the next 11 and make up the difference. It's just the way that it goes. More in baseball than in football, but it happens in football. Track records matter. Track records trump everything. And rule number 5, fantasy football rules, do not take any rookies the first 3 rounds. And if you're going to take a rookie in the draft, make him a running back or a receiver. Like, who's the highest rookie in this year's draft? Trent Richardson, Alabama running back. You can take him in the 4th round. Maybe you can take him at the end of the 3rd and cross your fingers. He might be awesome. But beyond that, I mean, do you really want Andrew Luck or Robert Griffin III to be your starting quarterback? No, you don't. And if you do, you can probably get them in the 8th or 9th or 10th round. And maybe they'll be good players. Like last year, Cam Newton. You didn't have to draft Cam Newton. You could pick him up off the waivers after a week or 2, and everybody did, including Balls Deep Lotto Ticket. Hit me up on Twitter at SternRyan. Subscribe to my YouTube page. I'd love to hear. If you've got any other rules, shoot them my way. Balls Deep. Peace out.